So hi, quickly I want to talk about this price action that played out on the GBP USD, and let's quickly dive into the chart. So coming to the chart, this was a trade I actually took. You can see the screenshot on the screen. So coming into the chart, I like to use my 4-hour time frame because it gives me more like an intraday read of what is going on in the market. So coming into the 4-hour time frame, I was looking at structure. In terms of structure, I know that my immediate structural move was to the downside. So price was trending to the downside, and what was important for me was to identify my structural move. Let's know the immediate range at which price is at the moment. So coming into the chart, I saw we were just trending to the downside, creating lower highs that made lower lows, clear lower high that made a lower low, lower high that made a supposed lower low. Now, these are lower levels. I wouldn't call it a lower low just yet. And the reason for that is you really don't know when the lower low is formed, right? So the price has come lower than this previous lower low, this previous structural point. Doesn't make here automatically a lower low. But these can be lower levels of this structure. So you really don't know when price has maxed out the lower low, if you get what I mean. So this was the last lower high that made these lows. And what we can see here is that we had broken structure to the left here. So that's one thing to note. So it was easy to identify that this was my range. This was my structural leg at the moment. Let's take that out. So coming to my intraday time frames, which is my M30 time frame, M15 time frame, just to have a closer look of what price is doing at the moment. So what I saw here was, this was a significant structure to break on the left. So now looking in terms of M30 structure, I know that this was my last lower high. This push made all of these lower lows. So this was the last injection of price to the upside before we had this bearish move. So this area could be, if price breaks this lower high right here, then this could be the beginning of a retracement into this range right here. And something else I saw was that we had price spike into this range at this level right here and trended all the way to the downside. Now, this level right here, like we see here, already came into structure on the left. We just tapped into this inefficiency right here, this big imbalance right here on the left. But I don't know if this level right here is going to take price all the way to the downside onto lower levels, right? But correlating this with Euro USD, which is not the main reason for this video, I saw that Euro USD had not come into this level right here. So I knew that there was a possibility of this area here becoming liquidity when price comes back into it. And when we went to the downside, we didn't break this low right here to the left, which also engineered me to know that since we did not break this low to the left, then price is likely going to be magnetized towards this level. This move here was an institutionally funded move, and this move happened on one of the news days, CPI news, pushed price to the downside right here. But when price came down here, we still respected this level of demand. So on Friday, that was the 17th day of February, so what I did was, when I came into this point here and I saw that price was still respecting this demand level, all I needed to see was a shift in market structure, which was price showing me unwillingness to continue lower and then possible willingness to go higher. So I saw that price tapped off this level right here, and then we started breaking structure internally on the M15. We started breaking structure back to the upside. So we had, let's go to M15 quickly. So we had this first minor break of structure here because we had this last lower high that made this lower low. We had this minor break of structure. Price came back, retraced properly. We had this break of structure here, breaking this previous structure right here. Price came back again, and then we had this move. So I started seeing that the momentum was shifting to the upside, right? And looking at these levels right here, I saw a couple of people trying to sell price from here. I was still skeptical about taking this sell. They were right anyways, with people knowing where their take profit positions was. But I knew that on Friday, I know that these levels are area of demand and these are areas should be mindful about. So come Friday, we had this big spike to the downside. We had the price spike to the downside, all of these places here. So I was just interested in what's going to happen in my area of demand. This level right here, which I just identified, this was my first area of demand, and then this second one. When price came into this level, I waited for lower time frame confirmations. I didn't see that. So this level was invalidated. Then when price came into this level, on the lower time frame, you can check that out. On the 3 minutes, 1 minute time frame, I saw a clear break of structure to run price to the upside. And I was comfortable to take my position from here with my stop loss right beneath this low right here. And then we had this big run.